Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Disco Elysium. Oh! Sorry. My soda is talking to us. Let's put you over there. In the last episode, we began day 2. We've discovered that there is a large freezer somewhere in this area. A basement beneath something called the Doomed Commercial District, in which we can access by going through the bookstore. Supposedly this place is cursed, and Inland Empire and Shivers is telling us that something is, in fact, down here. Although Kim Kitsurugi doesn't believe in anything of the sort, I am unsure whether our detective should. Maybe he should. Be like, oh, what was it? I forget now, but there was that, was it X-Files? X-Files. I forget the name of the two. Scully and Mullen, were those their names? I watched only like one episode of that series back when that was on TV. Sand is dripping from a punch bag. The poster says, Citius Fortius. The rest is worn off. A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates. Physical instrument. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them. Visual calculus. There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard. Inland Empire. Why does it feel so familiar? Is this familiar because I'm a weightlifter? No, it's not that. It's the stale smell of the rubber, the squeaky sound of sneakers, your bruised knee against a mat, and a whistle. Then the feeling is gone. Logic. It's just a memory. Endurance. A memory from another life, when you were young and fit. Oh, nice. We have our high-performance weightlifting gloves on. Plus one to our chance. Let's try it. Conjuring up an inhuman amount of strength, you raise the barbell up in the air. Your biceps tremble, but you're a savage. This is a children's game. Fuck yeah. A warm wave of something blah 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 blah. A warm wave of accomplishment washes over your head as you drop the barbell to the floor. For a moment, it feels like you're strong enough to succeed at anything you ever set your mind to. In an empire. Hey, but you're still in a ghost house. What if someone here heard this? What if they know you're here? Half-light. Good technique. Tent nods with approval. Worn out wall bars. They look unsafe. A shot put ball. A ball used for playing shot put. You feel like you should hold on to this and make good use of it. To sell such beautiful old school sports equipment would be a sin. It is worth $450. Maybe we could use it as a weapon though. We're strong. We just seen it. We're pretty strong. Or rather, let me rephrase. It's 60 kilograms. I don't know what that translates to for pounds. Maybe we're not that strong. Maybe that's not that much weight to lift. But I know that's more weight to lift than what I'm able to lift, so I'm going to consider it to be strong. The hallway is blocked by old window panes and debris. A large demijohn full of strange liquid. Wild animals stare at you in the dark, stuffed and mounted. Airship rotors covered in spider webs. They remind you of blades. A naked mannequin torso. A strange yellow color. Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board. No. We'll look at it later. Right? I am here because I need a refrigerator. That is the most important thing for me to discover at the moment. Everything else can wait. Kim, this is what we're here for. And it might have to be plugged in. Let's put on our interfacing gloves. An ice cream maker, defrosted and unplugged. Can we plug it in? Maybe that's where it goes. That's where it plugs in. Oh, we will need electrical power restored here. The flashlight casts a strange shadow. There is a hidden doorway here. Indeed there is. Let's go look at this first, and we'll see what we can do to get it turned on. You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost, and the bear's eyes are glowing red. Half-light. This ice bear is a hyper-carnivore. Be careful. Crack open the door. A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator. Kim Kutsurugi. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun. Relax, Kim. It's the fridge. It's the fridge, remember? Of course, a giant ice bear-shaped fridge. He relaxes his hand, his face bathed in the harsh light of the open fridge door. Just what we were looking for. Let's see what's inside. The shelves are all empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand named Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge. This is clearly the fridge. It looks big enough for 2 corpses. It's certainly an eccentric choice, but it is capricious and cold enough too. Esprit de corpse, but the optics on this are awful, he thinks. We need to be as silent as we can. Shall we go and get the body then? I'll take the head, you take the feet. The stairs won't be easy, but we'll manage. Physical instrument. The 2 of you, easily. Okay, let's do this. Jesus Christ, that was loud as hell! The body is heavier and louder than you expected, and stinkier. It takes half an hour to get it down to the basement, then 10 more minutes to stuff it into the fridge. The lieutenant takes a step back to admire your handiwork. Beautiful, he says, wiping his hands in his handkerchief. A dead body in an ice bear fridge. This is some of the best police work I've ever done. Physical instrument. You've definitely earned a drink after this. Perhaps even some pagan rites. Yeah, we need to celebrate by performing pagan rites. Let's bring out the mead and set it on fire. I knew you would say that. I knew this would lead to a drinking. He shakes his head vigorously. No, no more. This is paganistic enough, and it does not leave this room. Authority. He means it. He doesn't want to be the ice bear cop. We did our best with the means at our disposal, Kim. Did we, though? He sighs. Okay. Maybe we did. At least we've stopped the body from decomposing further. Now you can conduct another inspection. Under controlled circumstances. The Hanged Man. Inside the icy realm of the ice bear fridge, the corpse stands slumped, waiting. Let's try a perception check. I'm planning to put another point into perception. Currently my levels are 3. I have no bonuses here, but let's make the attempt anyway. I think this is an 11 that we need. You touch the dead man's body. His skin is cold, light blue, and silvery in the light of the fridge. You still have no idea where to begin, or even what to do with him. Lieutenant rugs his side for warmth. It'll come to you sooner or later. At least he's safe here until then. Let's examine one of the ice cream wrappers. A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge, or the decomposing body in it. What's the giant bear-shaped fridge doing in an abandoned cellar in the first place? Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge. Lieutenant reaches for one of the wrappers. He studies it in the light. So they tried to sell ice cream from this hyper-carnivore. I know. Lieutenant, what an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day. The lieutenant points at a red snaky cable running from the fridge. The electricity bill must be catastrophic. On the other hand, it did help us with a certain corpse situation. It spit the corpse. Lucky us. Tell me something, dead man. Shoot, Loony Rooney. At the autopsy, you said you have ancient mysteries. Oh, yes, Kobo mi Lobo. In the gift horse's mouth, tracks and wakes and waterways. Ancient materials buried. Yeah, but to where, brother? Just a small gulp away, my beloved Kobo. A small gulp away. He's hinting that it's in his mouth. We should check it. How do you like it in the fridge, by the way? I like it a lot, brother. This really is your finest hour. You're a genius. A regular Cappello Angelo. Enough. Look in the mouth. +1. Nope, still failed. And now morale is damaged twice as well. Alright, so let's have one of our morale heals. We have plenty of them. We could, and I've been meaning to put another point into perception. We can do that and try it again. I don't think we're going to succeed at it quite yet. We'll look around and see if... Actually, what's my levels at? 30. Where's my white checklist? Oh, I have an empathy check. I didn't even realize that. The warded door, I don't need that. Are these the ones that these are white checks. These are checks I failed. I see. These are checks that are open for me to take. These are ones that are not. Oh, yeah, those on white are available for us to check right now. Ugh. Perception, legendary. We need I think we need a 10 at the moment to pass that check. The wall collapsed. It's inaccessible now. A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. Inland Empire. Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony. Kick it with your... we should look inside first. Look inside the furnace. It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness, you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice, or several voices, talking to each other near the smoke chamber upstairs. What are you doing? Zen asks when he sees you climb halfway inside the furnace. I'm not sure, Kim, but I think I can hear someone talking upstairs. Wait, really? He looks up at the ceiling. We should investigate. See if someone's upstairs. I don't think I'm going to kick it, because I don't want anyone to know I'm down here. So we'll leave the rest of it alone. But while we're here, we'll investigate the rest of this area. $2 and some magnesium. Also, we should look for bottles. There could be a bottle down here. Come on, game. Give me this. A frozen ice cream maker that's still running. Two cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby. Let's unplug the black cable. Something close to you dies with a soft electric purr. Why did you do that? It's black. It's not like the red one. The tenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything. Electric distribution board now has one cable missing. We don't need the ice cream maker turned on. Intercom wires running into the breaker box. Insane mesh tank top. +1 drama. Useful if we have to try to lie to someone. Right, the red one's still on, which means the ice bear fridge is still running. As for the black one, maybe turning it off will help the power situation here a little. Two rusty rifles are hidden above the piping. They look inoperable. Someone has stuck some busted guns beneath the ceiling. For some reason, I'm thinking we're gonna find our weapon in here. A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in. Where are we? Look around in the secret room. Seems like an old bunker from the Revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles, he points up at the rifles under the ceiling. Must be an old weapons cache. Look, there's a hole in the wall. Let's shine light on the hidden compartment. There it is, yes. There's also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. You want to take a look? Yeah, I do. Your hand reaches deep into the darkness, and spiderwebs rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away. Inspect them. Most of them are rusty and inoperable like the rest, but one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock, in better cosmetic order than the others. Authority. Take it! You're a police officer. Police officers carry guns. This one looks nice. An old Bella Margrave from the Revolution. Lieutenant notes with approval, his eyes gleaming. Seems to no longer be functional, but still, it's a beautiful thing in its own way. What does this mean, a rifle here? It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future. Empathy. He likes this find. A broken Belle Margrave from ages past. It's a 4-shot bolt-action military rifle with a wooden frame. Can we interact with this? No, we can't, but we can sell it if we need the money. Insane mesh tank top. +1 drama. Clinically insane. Where did you even get that one? No, really, who put it in the drawer? No further comments. Wear it at your own risk. What's our current shirt? You know, I don't like penalties. This shirt has none. Oh, then again, our white tank top doesn't have any either. We look terrible when I'm wearing this. But I don't think anyone's going to care. So we have -1 reaction speed and -1 savoir-faire. At the moment. Okay, that's fine. Let's put back on our glasses, I guess. Actually, maybe we should put these ones on. With +1 drama. We gain +1 drama, but we lose +1 drama. But we do pick up +1 visual calculus. We'll go with this. How's our thought cabinet holding up? 1 hour 44 left on Fairweather T500. Well, that seems to be all that's down here. Someone living in the chimney. This must be the chimney she was talking about. Scribbled across the notebook. Developers of the most advanced RPG in the universe. What would that be? Planescape? I don't know if that's advanced. That was an amazing RPG, though. I'm back here because I just remembered there's a note on the refrigerator. Take the note from the door. You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door. A handwritten note you found from the giant ice bear fridge. It still bears some marks from the fruit-shaped kitchen magnets that were used to secure it to the refrigerator door. The note is written with blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its surface. Does it say anything interesting? The lieutenant leans closer to read the crumpled note over your shoulder. Esprit de corpse. This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active. Read the note. Someone has scribbled S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it someplace safe. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home ASAP, it's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care, Sulislaw. Remind me again, what's a filament memory? It belongs inside a radio computer storing its memory. It's like a tape. You listen to disco tapes, right? It's like one of your disco tapes, only for a computer. I wonder who wrote the note. Someone who owns a radio computer. My guess is as good as yours, officer. Is that illiterate ginger kid Kuno, do you think, Kim? Really? Lieutenant looks at you, the corner of his mouth covered in a smug grin. You don't have a single guess? You mean Kuno? Oh, I'm sure that child would love to get his hands on a filament memory, even if he doesn't know what to do with it. He'd probably try to pawn it for speed, based on our encounter. You think you're talking about that frozen ice cream maker over there in the corner? I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the Ice Bear fridge. Didn't you see one right next to the breaker box? I did. Let's go take a look at it. The orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting. Try to crank open the lid. You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. A pry bar would come in handy here. Hand-eye coordination. If you want to try again, then you need to have the pry bar in your hand, detective. We're still in the tutorial area here. Alright. Equipped and... Oh, we're still wearing my interfacing gloves. That's fine. Come on, game. Ooh. Pry bar not strong enough? Minus 20? Oh, game. Wow. So we're not doing this. Let's give it a try anyway and see what Kim says. Oh, we just barely failed. The ice squeaks beneath your pry bar. You think you've got the bar jammed in there pretty well, but the lid simply won't budge. What is this? You see the pry bar's metal handle bending right before your very eyes. That's a good pry bar, I'm not criticizing it, but this ice cream maker is frozen shut. It takes an advanced tool to get it open. Advanced? Where do we get one? I have no idea, officer. This ice cream maker isn't important enough to requisition a special tool. Inland Empire. Sooner or later, you will stumble upon a tool mighty enough. Then we will know what's in the mighty serious icebox cream maker. That's a shame, we wasted an 11 on that. I guess we'll also plug it back in. Yeah, we'll plug it back in. And actually, we have several... Did we go down here? We didn't even go down here. Oh, some change. Hello. 45 cents. A cellar window. People's feet shuffling by on the street. Oh! We could have come up here the whole time, I guess. Interesting. So there's a way to get back here. We must have unlocked it. Oh, what are you, detective, what are you doing? Don't keep the weapon in your head like that. that weapon. Oh, I guess the flashlight could be used as a weapon, Tim. Alright, let's explore the rest of the cellar while we're here. Uh-oh. Why'd you autosave like that, game? Frequency fireplace. This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker, the mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on an alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient. Inland Empire. A diagram for summoning some time-forgotten being. The symbols seem very esoteric. What am I looking at? Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, 0.7, 0.9. Some written notes, too. Sparse and cryptic. Radio frequencies for what? Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system, split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced. Of course. The anatomy of the curse. Nah, this isn't... My guess is that this place was... Well, hold on. I was going to say used by the revolutionary in order to keep track and contact people. Maybe on the front lines when they were trying to fight off the coalition. But maybe now this is the anatomy of the curse. Perhaps the web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart tilted, the Game Master frequency. A note says, "This one can listen in on any station it wants." Half-Light. Looks like a surveillance program. If it's a game, then who's playing? Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like. All of this gone. Left unrealized. Logic. There is no way a little basement radio studio working here could pull anything like this off. My God. Lieutenant leans closer, his finger tracking the maddening rhizome. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became. Why do you say that? The schedule. He nods at the calendar on the chalkboard, wiping his marker-stained fingers clean. I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding. What else? Nothing. It's just lines on marble, an echo from times long gone. No one has used a fireplace in ages. Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board. Let's look at the schedule. This is a monthly calendar from the year 50, last year. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker grid, drawn grid. The grand scheme of production and money. Keep reading. What happened? As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region. Lieutenant looks at the frigid ice field of nothingness and concludes, looks like they didn't make it. A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, see the prod schedule filament for details. Oh, production schedule filament. Okay. Must be what's down below, then. Look at the drawings. These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of Welkins. That must be this thing. You make out autumnal candle Welkins, casting wax-based magic. Translucent Welkins, with organs shining under their skin. Even ether Welkins, hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space. Inland Empire. Who are all these creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind? One of the Welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however. This one's important. It's Varharmira, a high Welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a Welkin supremacist. The note says, All non-Welkin races will be purged. The Holdor, the Dweorg, the humans, and even the Headless Men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with Welkin. Green Welkin, Dread Welkin, and the High Welkin to rule them all. Lieutenant can't help but comment. An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little Welkin creatures. Who are these creatures? Who drew them? Are they real? I have so many questions. This looks like concept art for a project. It's not really real. Why would anyone spend so much time on this? Some people really like building a world, I think. Even if it's just for the game. Yeah, that's true, Kim. My brother Dave spent a huge amount of time working on a gaming world one year. And then I took the world he worked on and I actually made a role-playing game not made a role-playing game, but I ran a 2nd edition D&D campaign using it. It was amazing. Having all that background already created really helped flesh out the world, and my players really, really enjoyed it. I'm not going to say one's a supremacist. How do we even know that? It's just a picture of him. Well, this has been educational. Let's move on from the Welkins. Just look at those details. So much effort. And for what? All gone. Look at the photos. The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees groaning under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried-up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm, animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. Encyclopedia. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers by boreal Dweorg. Yurts under the snow, great mammoth-like beasts of burden. Oh, maybe this entire area is a game. Like, this is some sort of schedule they did to play the game. This is where you could call in to do the game. The RPG notes were over there. Downstairs was more gaming things. And the RPG was a board or role-playing game, not a video game. I thought, when I saw that note, I thought it was a video game, but... Oh, maybe it would have been, right? There was computer radio tape downstairs. Maybe it was? Electrochemistry. Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine, a much-needed respite from our own world. A pinned postcard reads, "The heat-death scenario. A desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirio becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe." The notes? The handwriting is only partially legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans. Call in, tune out. Whirlo untethered, and heat death of the universe. Shivers. Outside, a cold wind wraps the building in its bosom. Snowflakes in the wind. An old woman passes what the locals call the doomed commercial district. She tries hard not to look at the bookstore windows. It's unwise. Blue velvet, soft to the touch, moth-bitten. People leaving lots of money lying around here. Looks like, what is that, a battery? I thought there was a portable battery. No, it's another crate. This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer. A radio computer, says the lieutenant, watching you circle around the machine. Just sitting here without anyone in sight. He sounds surprised and a bit cautious. Do you think we should turn it on? We have one of these down at the station, but I never really learned how to use it. Guess we'll remember it's here at the moment. Or I'll try to remember it's here. Thinking about a game like this and playing it over the space of many days is that I'm going to forget that certain things are located in certain places. Skis with slipstream printed on them in printed on the laminated top layer. Steel rotor blades bearing a slipstream logo. Production schedule, filament memory. The cube-like crisscrosses of filaments feels oddly fragile in your hand. Its intricate structure covered in dust. Silver tape on the side reads production schedule. Note: this filament contains information that can be read using a radio computer. Oh, alright, well, there's one back over there. Let's go ahead and see if we can turn it on. Might as well put on our interfacing gloves. I have a hunch this is probably going to be an interfacing check. We used our 11 already, so I don't have a good feeling about this one. The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal. Thank you for stopping. Oh my god, some of the sound effects are really freaking annoying in this game. The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing virescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open. Look inside. It's empty, like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left tangling, disconnected. Interfacing. The filament you have would fit perfectly inside the compartment. Let's insert it. Like a smooth drawer, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking. Let's push play. A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. Inland Empire. Have you stirred the ghost of the doomed commercial area from its rest? Could this be its dismembered heart? Beginning to flutter. Half-light. Oh no, it was already glowing and now it's also making a sound? It's probably some alien seal-like technology. The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall until a voice speaks out, crackling and old, cutting into the air. Good morning. Fortress accident on Rue des Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulinidian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule? Why'd you call me Fortress Accident? Fortress Accident is the company on whose name the terminal you are currently using has been registered to. Oh, do you have any other information about this company? One moment. You hear her flip through a catalog before she reads out with studious care. Fortress Accident. SCA produces revolutionary interactive call-in radio games. That's what the catalog says. Oh, neat. Okay. And what's that? This interactive call-on radio play. The static drowns her response. Any other questions you hear her ask when the connection finally improves? What's the production schedule? The filament you have inserted into the reader. You mean that glowing thing I put inside? Yes. Is that the production schedule? Yeah. Good. Please repeat the password. Suggestion. You should ask her for a hint. A password. I'm really bad at passwords. Can you give me a hint? No. Well, this is the police. Please open this thing. The voice recites, I am contractually obliged to protect the privacy of the filament holder Fortress Accident. Without filing a warrant with Lintel, I cannot give you access to this filament. I'm afraid we're not doing that unless we want to wait for a month. Now, can you please repeat the password? The voice machine asks again. She sounds cold in the damp air. Is it my birthday? Still no. I don't know it. Received. I will register this login attempt. That sounds bad. A login attempt. Something a criminal would do. Logic, don't worry. Passwords have a way of turning up sooner or later. Fortress Accident, is there anything else I can do for you today? What are you, a machine, or are you alive? Yes, I'm alive. I am 74 years old, and my name is Yvonne. Lieutenant whispers into your ear. She repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid. Okay, but where are you? How do you know I'm here? I work as a repeater for the East Insulian Repeater Station. It's my job to know where you are, Fortress Accident. As for me, well, there's some static. I'm sitting in my cubicle surrounded by a wall of radios. Shivers. On an island on the River Esperance, a small woman, all skin and bones, sits in a room filled with radio equipment. Thousands of tiny lights are reflected back from her prescription lenses, like stars in the dark. Empathy. Doesn't it get lonely? Sitting there all by yourself? Yeah, let's ask her that. Lonely? For the first time, you hear her chuckle through the rustle of static. Why would it get lonely? I talk to people all day. Empathy. That's why she does this. Now please tell me if there's anything else I can do, Fortress Accident. That's all for now. Thank you and goodbye. The old lady's voice disappears along with the static. The tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Virescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard. Let's remove it. Actually, what does print do? Nothing happens. Alright, let's remove it.
Okay, what do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
It's a game. It's a game. They had people call in. They were running some sort of fantasy RPG, would be my guess. This is what I thought it was at first, because, well, not at first, because that's what I thought this was showing. Some sort of intelligence program. But no, I think they probably wanted people to call in, and then they would play this game with these creatures, for example, and they're trying to come up with a story. It's just a failed business. The only question is, what the hell were they making? Yes, that is the question. Sen takes a step back, steepling his hands. It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it. Make it work with radio computers. Yep, that's what I suspect. A video game, basically. I guess they don't exist in this world. Utter madness, he thinks. As a compliment. Has anyone ever done this before? Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Grad, Messina, Kongenstein, you know, places with industry. But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an inter-isolary game before. We just don't have the technology. This was a role-playing game. Indeed, those Welkins are a dead giveaway, he points to chalkboard. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of a Weirlal board game, with heat death thrown in. How are they planning to do that? Through call-in stations, he notes the fireplace. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio. Then there's the Game Master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts. Electrochemistry. His fascination has swept aside the other concerns for the moment. He's a little hooked. Yes, so am I! This is amazing! Good for them! What do you think happened to the company? No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard. Wow. Indeed. It's ambitious and untethered from reality, but... Lieutenant tilts his head, thinking. I don't like this answer. Judging from the note over there, I think they actually wanted to do this. It wasn't a way to cheat money out of people. I think they thought they could do it, but ran out of money. I think one of these is the answer I want to give. The world is cold and lonely. This would... Does that mean we turn it off? I kind of wish some of these answers would tell me a little more about how what context this is said in. The world is like... This says the world is cold and lonely. This would keep it company. Let's finish it. Does that mean that I'm going to unplug this and just destroy this? Or does that mean we're going to try to make it work? Okay, what would Sam say? Sam wouldn't be interested in this. They were insane if they thought they could do this. Yes, especially in here. Kim looks around in the derelict room. The pipes howl and a rat crosses the floor in front of your feet. Okay, let's keep moving. And actually, I think we've been playing for another hour, everyone. Let's double check to make sure we got everything from in here. Looks like we did. So the only question is, do I want to put another point in perception and go downstairs and try the corpse again? And how much experience points am I up to? Almost a third point. Can I afford to lose another point of morale? The other things I want to start putting points in, I want to put another point into endurance. So I like one more point in endurance, 1 point in perception, and then probably a point in either authority, esprit de corps, or one of my blue checks. Not sure which one yet. Okay, so... Well, let's leave. I think I'll put the point into perception next video. Maybe we'll try the body again. We might need points in drama. Let's take that off us at the moment. Because we might have to lie to her. Alright, let's tell her what we saw down there at least.
You're alive and well. Don't keep me waiting now. What's in there? In that dark sarcophagus?
The dark sarcophagus. Yes, how was it? Drama. Ha ha ha! Good thing I put on the glasses. Tell her how ghastly it was. You know it's what she wants to hear. It was a charnel house of failed business enterprises, leeching life energy from this bookstore. I knew it! A tremor runs through her. Oh, such horrors that have been thrust upon us, she shakes her head. But what else did you find? Did anything survive? No, of course not. Have you located the entity? Logic. You don't have anything of substance to tell her until you found that entity of hers. Okay, everyone. I see one more thing to look. I see a few more things to glance at. I guess. Well, hello. Let's walk out. I think we're done. Actually, let's also put on our electrochemistry gloves. I want my half-light gloves. And I guess we'll call this session, everyone. Yeah, so we'll call the session here at the moment. We come back, I think we'll put another point in perception, and we'll try the body again. And hopefully we'll succeed. I wouldn't mind finding out what's wrong, what there is about that corpse. And then we'll probably come back up here, we'll walk down the street, and we'll talk to the girl by the boat. Because I think we need to interview her anyway. And as long as I'm here, let's... back on our white shirt, because I hate the way this looks. I suppose we'll also put this back on. We'll take lots of point at least to our drama. Alright, everyone. Well, thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care, everyone.